Hi, good evening. Hello, everyone. There's no real point to the starting soons anymore, other than to give myself an extra few minutes to, psych myself up. Because now I could just play music that you'd be hearing otherwise, for fear of being shut down. Anyway, uh, Mario Sunshine will return at some point, but tonight I wanted to do Donkey Kong Country 3. I don't know why, I've just been thinking about this game lately, and they put it on, the Nintendo Switch online thing. And it was like, that's a good enough excuse for me. I've played the other two on stream, if you were here for those. So why not, finish off the trilogy? So yeah, let's get started. Donkey Kong 3? Yeah, people don't really like this one as much, and I see why this is, whoops. I see why this is a black sheep of the series compared to the other two. I think it's fine, Alright. We like to have fun here, folks. Just having a go. Okay, here's the real deal. So yeah, Donkey Kong Country 3. A much more substantial game. And tonight, what I want to do is, because I just played this, I want to do the TUFST mode, which is a cheat that you put in that essentially removes all of the checkpoint barrels and all of the DK, well, most of the DK barrels. And so, I haven't done it in a while, but I figure why not? Make it a little more interesting. And will this be a good idea by the end of it? I don't know. Will I be too frustrated? I don't know. Because stream tax does appear to be a real thing. But, why not? It's all in fun. So we put in TUFST, removes all that stuff. I'm going to put in another cheat. Since it is almost Christmas in a few days. Where am I going? Mary. And why not one more cheat? We'll change the colors of Dixie and Kitty for no reason. Now we're ready. Alright. So let's get going. How's everyone doing tonight? They don't put cheats in like this anymore. They really don't. This feels like a nice, it still feels secret enough. I mean, like, today, like, you got the internet and all, like, everything's just kind of, like, you're gonna find the information anyway. This was at a time where it still kind of felt secret, like you had to figure that out through, like, a magazine or something. Hey, Jackie, how you doing? Used to have to buy the cheap books at the book fair. I absolutely did exactly that. I definitely remember having, like, a specific one for Game Boy Color, I think. And, like, most of the stuff in there was, like, games that no one would bother playing, like, you know, shovelware stuff. You know, all, like, the licensed, like, you know, Disney or... As for some reason, those licensed games seem to always go heavy on the cheats. So this is what the Christmas code was for. It just makes the bonus games have Christmas music and ornaments and presents. Which is kind of a shame because I really like the bonus music in this game. And it was like one of the only tracks for this version composed by Dave Wise. But it's literally like December 20th today, so... How's volume and everything, by the way? I always get skeptical with the SNES games on here. Because, for some reason, the SNES games are significantly lower. And I am not yet, you know, that good at identifying just by the levels in the mixer if it is enough, if it is too much. Sounds good, thank you. I never like it to be, like, too overpowering. I would rather have the game volume be too low than too high. But yeah, this is DKC3, and I used to not really like this one, and I've really come around it, like, the more I've played it over the years. And there are still people who, like, just don't like this game, especially compared to the previous ones. And I totally understand. And it was developed by, like, a different set of people at Rare. But, you know, overall, I think this one has more in common with Donkey Kong Country 2 than 2 has with 1. That said, it's still, like, my least favorite. At least of the trilogy. And, like, I think most people's experience with this game is very similar to mine, which is that I owned the first two and didn't own this one, but I rented it at the time it was new because, like, I don't know, apparently this still sold very well, but it came out after the N64. So it was one of those, like, oh yeah, why would you buy a game for a system that is now not the current one? Everybody has moved on. Which doesn't explain why I owned Kirby's Dream Land 3, because that came out in 97. But so it was like I rented it maybe like a couple times, and I do remember like some of my experience with it, and just like I don't think I ever beat it back then. I didn't really own this game until Wii Virtual Console. And I do have a cart now, but... Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to... Bam. Isn't technology wonderful? I can't decide if that overlay is, like, too dark. I don't want it to be, like, overpowering or, like, in your face and, like, distract from the game, but I just want it to, like... I mean, at least it's not completely letterboxed on the Switch, but... I only know this game from the 105% speedruns. Unfortunately, it trends to drag towards the end in that regard. Oh, what, like at, GDQ and stuff? I definitely remember watching them do it one year, but I don't remember if it was a 105. You know what? Let's get the shell. Did you ever beat any of the other DKC games as a kid? They were too tough. Surprisingly, yeah. Not entirely, but, like, yes, I got to, like, the final boss and beat the boss in 1 and 2. But I definitely didn't find, like, all the bonuses and stuff till I was way older. And I straight up had to, like, look up a lot of them. There was, like, There was a long period of time where I didn't play these games. And so, like, by the time they came out on the Wii Virtual Console, that was kind of like my revisiting of them for the first time in a long time, and I'd forgotten a lot of what was in them, and I definitely had that experience of, like, holy shit, how did I beat these as a kid? And now, like, I've played them so much, it's just, like, second nature, which is... I mean, refer back to this moment when we get towards the end of the game. Because this is, I was gonna say, I think this is probably the hardest of the 3. But I'm not so sure, actually. I don't know. It depends. Play a little Simon. This game has, like, significantly less of, like, spinning barrel segments that, like, the first game had, and, like, to a lesser extent, the second game also had. We owned DKC 3, but my mom didn't like it as much and never finished it. She also preferred to play it with my cousin Tim. This game was my first exposure to Peach's Castle theme. Yeah, when you go to, like, Wrinkly, sometimes she's playing, N64 and you hear, like, a unique version of the castle theme. Which I don't know if I wonder if I rented this before I ever played Mario 64 now. I'm not sure. So, this could have been my first experience with that as well. There's a lot of stuff I wish, like, I could go back and get, like, definitive answers on my memories of, like, when exactly a certain thing was, or... just to know, like, for sure, like, when did I first play this game, or, like, what was, you know, when did I first beat this game, or stuff like that. But yeah, even like when, like later on when I bought this game on the Wii and like played it in full, I was not that thrilled with it. I didn't hate it. I never hated this, but I'll tell you one thing, like the aesthetics and stuff of this game and like the music, I don't really like that much. Like they're kind of creepy in a strange way. And I've definitely come around to them, but it still doesn't quite have the same feeling as 1 and 2. When do we do the water skipping strats? Well, I just skipped the water skip, so... Because I don't like doing it. I can't do the kitty water skip consistently. And there's only one other level where you have to do it. And that's coming up in the next world, but... What am I doing? Wrong... Get out of here. What the f... I also, yeah, I didn't like Kiddy Kong. And I still really... He's like my least favorite Kong, for sure. The level in DKC2 where you are the snake and you need to climb was so hard for me. Toxic Tower. That's like right at the end of the game. I love Donkey Kong Country 2. It's one of my favorite games ever. It was the first one I streamed. I'll be keeping a Baby Kong screen count. That blood-curdling scream. Yeah, the first couple worlds are, like, not that bad. But the last few worlds are tough, and they're long. Like, even when you're, like, past halfway, you know, percentage-wise of the game, it feels like you have more game left than you did in the first half. And Ellie the elephant, I'm not really a fan of her either. In terms of, like, the animal buddies. I mean, there's definitely probably, like, worse animal buddies and worse Kongs that were introduced in, like, the weird GameCube Donkey Kong games. But I never really played many of those, or any of them, really. I know there's like a Ninja Kong. But yeah, like Barrel Blast and Jungle Beat and whatever those, like any of the ones that use like the bongos, I never really played. Seems like there was like a large chunk of stuff on the GameCube that I just completely missed. Like Wario World. I've still never played that. Jungle Beat just had evil Kongs and a robot elephant boss. Actually kind of sounds cool. I would probably like Ellie better if she was a robot. But this is literally like Dumbo right here. And this was like one of those things where it's like if somebody who didn't know what this was, like walked in and you were playing this, they would be like, what the heck is this, like some Disney game or something from 1994? My friend had Donkey Konga. It's so surreal hearing pop songs in a Donkey Kong game. Did that game have, like, actual music? Or, like, actual music. You know, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, licensed songs, like, from the radio and CDs. like Dance Dance would. Oh, fuck. Stop. You're not supposed to be able to see them. They're out of the light. Okay, there we go. I know there was, like, Mario DDR. Because I remember wanting that, and it was really hard to find, and then I just never ended up getting it. It had tons of 2000 songs, even All-Star? All the small things? Oh my god, I didn't know that. I thought it was like, you know, like original music for that game, or like from Donkey Kong games, or maybe like Mario games. Or stuff like that. I didn't know it had like... Holy shit. Oh yeah, the first boss is a barrel that burps, and you feed it bugs. So... That's the kind of game this is. It's an extremely rare boss. They love them, those burp stock sound effects. I'm sorry, I'm just like thinking about Smash Mouth in a Donkey Kong game now. You gotta have like this body, and then have like Donkey Kong bursting out of his treehouse. That's not good. Right in the beginning. Now see, I don't remember if, when you do the cheat in Donkey Kong Country 2 that takes out the DK barrels, if you enter a bonus room with only one Kong, you will have both Kongs when you come back out, I think. I don't know if that's the case here. I don't remember. But you do always start a level with both Kongs. Every rare game ever had a burping in it. They're like DreamWorks. It's like the one like thing that really set them apart from like all the other like Japanese developers. Was like the type of humor was very different. And even like in the way like they design certain things, like a lot of like the character designs in like the Donkey Kong games were much, like, goofier. Yeah, Rare games love them stock sound effects. Like, even DKC1 has, like, that generic chomp sound effect if you get bit by the shark. I'm gonna have to come back here, because I needed both Kongs right there. I think that was the DK coin. And I always thought that, like, you know, like, the enemy hit sounds in GoldenEye? Like, all the different, like, grunts when people are getting shot. I guess those are also probably from, like, a stock library. Because you hear them in so many other things. But they will never not be GoldenEye sound effects to me. And so, like, occasionally you'd hear them in, like, a show or something, or, like, a commercial. When I was growing up, and, like, my brother and I would always just call them 007 sounds. I'll come back to that one. So this one, we gotta do twice anyway. Because even though it's not really explained until later in this world, you have to, I mean, obviously you see a timer there, but you have to beat one of the bear's, you know, race times for this level to get a banana bird. I'm not really, like, explaining... I don't know, like, who watching this is going to be, like, unfamiliar with this game and, like, how much stuff needs explanation. I never know, like, how to split my commentary on that sort of thing. Like, how much of this should I say as if this is, like, a GDQ run where I'm saying, okay, now we gotta do this and now we gotta do that. And, like, how much should I just, you know, shoot the shit? And assume that everybody has probably already played this. I need kitty. Shit. You know what? Oh, but I wanted Dixie for this bonus. Shit. They'll probably be fine. There's only one enemy in the middle of the screen, and I am going to find a way to hit it. You couldn't switch? I was trying to switch, and the bees were, like, right there. And I just kind of let them have me. Although I should probably, like, exit and come back now. Too late. I'll deal with it. Shooting the shit is more interesting to hear, unless something really technical needs an explanation. Yeah, that's the way I lean usually. Oh, god damn it. Do I have to get back up here now? Yep. Yeah, I mean, like, how many fucking videos are out there already of people playing these games? that are all going to be describing, like, the exact same thing. And so, like, part of me is, like, I want to take into consideration, like, anyone who is, like, watching this is like, I don't understand. But I'm doing it less to, like, really show off the game. Like, this isn't, you know, it's not a speedrun either, anyway. So I'm not doing anything particularly crazy. Oh. Will there be a VOD of this? Yeah. If nothing goes wrong, then yeah. Yeah, there was your baby scream. But yeah, have a good night. Thank you for stopping by, Jackie. I don't know that this was, like, the best time. A lot of people have been streaming lately, and I've not been able to keep up, so I do feel like, you know, how am I going to find a window of time where I'm not streaming at the same time as somebody else, but it's all good. I just kind of, like, I don't want to say I'm forcing myself to do this, but I felt like it's been, once again, too long since I last streamed. And I did want to stream this, since it just came out on the Switch. You know what I'm gonna do? Bye-bye. I would rather take the damage boost than do water skip. Plus, like, every level in this game, almost, has a unique, you know, like, gimmick. And then I feel like with every level I'm gonna be like, okay, well, this level has this, and this level you do that, and this level, like, all the unique little things, and it's like, you're gonna see it. Why not? You know, why bother? You'll figure it out, right? Or you're already aware of it. Water switch, not skip? No, I'm not talking like the speedrunning, like, skip part of the game. I'm talking you literally skip across the water as Kiddy Kong, is what I mean. And I can never do that consistently. You just, like, roll onto the water and jump as you hit the surface. I thought you were trying to switch Kongs again. I was like, I was thinking about it, and then I was like, I could just damage boost, so I just did that. trying to think, like, how long this is probably going to take. I mean, I assume it's going to be a two-parter, but... it's doable in one sitting, but... like I said, I don't remember the last time I did hard mode. But so far, not too bad. Thankfully. This is another one I thought was, like, needlessly creepy. But now I kind of like the music in these levels. And I said a while back I wanted to stream the Game Boy Advance version of this, which has, like, completely different music done by David Wise, and I definitely like that soundtrack better in terms of music, but I actually think most of these are probably more fitting to the game. But yeah, like, the song used in these levels is, like, way more upbeat and, like, happy in the Game Boy Advance version. And in this, it's, like, spooky for some reason. The GBA version does have 6 extra levels, like an entire extra world. Which is nice, but it's also, like, really janky. So, you know, despite the extra content and, like, the revised soundtrack, I think I still kind of prefer this one. Why are you not switching? Sometimes it just doesn't let you switch, depending on where you're standing. What system are you on currently? This is Switch. They just added this to their Super Nintendo library on Friday, I think. Which I was kind of anticipating to happen soon. But I do have the original cart of this and the GBA version as well. But I was kind of waiting for the Switch one to happen just for the sake of convenience, to be perfectly honest. This is much more friendly to stream from. the GBA's colors look real funky and weird. I'm so glad we have the. I'm so glad we got the trilogy on SNES Online. Yeah, the GBA definitely has the problem of like the really intensely bright colors, which they did in a lot of games to make up for the lack of a backlight, I guess. I wish, like, we could get some remasters. Not remasters, but just kind of, like, polish up certain GBA games. Because I love the GBA, but that system was kind of crusty. Like, when you play the games on, like, modern systems and stuff. And, you know, the sound limitations become glaringly obvious, and, you know, same with, like, the visuals and, like, the brightness and stuff. And there's some really awesome games on there. That it would just be nice to hear them with, like, a little bit better sound or, like, a little bit better visuals. But I mean, I wish they would have, like, Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games on the Switch. Like, have those as a collection. But this does now, you know, offer the Donkey Kong Country games portably in their original form. Which the 3DS did as well. If you had a new 3DS. Ah, shoot. How do you stream from it? Capture card to PC? Yep. I don't know exactly what my capture card is. Like, you know, specific name. Or, like, specific model. It's just an Elgato. But yeah, you just, you know, you hook the HDMI for the Switch into the capture card, and the capture card into the PC, and then there you go. It's relatively headache-free. I'd love a Game Boy Online. Always wanted to play the Game Boy DKC trilogy. The Donkey Kong Land games. Because they did put DKC 1 on Game Boy Color, and it was really crusty. And then, like, the Game Boy Advance came out a year later, and it's like, we should try that again. And then they put all three on the Game Boy Advance. The Donkey Kong Land games are good, though. I mean, honestly, I like the first one the best. It has, like, the most unique stuff to offer, I think. And then, like, Donkey Kong Land 2 is just, like, alternate version of Country 2. And 3 is, like, kind of in the middle. When are we getting a webcam so I can see your pretty face? Oh, you don't want that. I've considered face cam. I really don't have a decent enough setup to work with it, though. Sorry, I had to concentrate on colors. Maybe I would do it, but I don't really see the point in it. Like, I don't have a problem, like, when other people have, you know, face cam or whatever on their stuff, but, like, for me, like, I just, like, I have nothing to add to my stream by you seeing my face in real time. It's not going to change the experience. But I have thought, like, you know, should I just cave and, like, add cam and chat and all that stuff? But I do kind of prefer the simple Let's Play style of just the game and commentary. People like to see who they are interacting with. Your viewers go up almost instantly. Probably. You know, I can't speak to that, but there's definitely, like, the social aspect that I guess people enjoy. And I get that. It seems like more of a thing for the younger crowd. Or maybe it's just me. I don't know. I have, like, no real desire on a personal level to actually see the person streaming while they're doing it. But it depends on what you're playing, too, I think. Let's just take the shortcut. Alternatively, become a VTuber. I would like to try and, like, create an avatar for, like, maybe, like, a one-off, like, joke stream. No, I don't want to become a VTuber. Wrong spot. Morty! I turned myself into a VTuber, Morty! Ah, shit. "2D Live has a free trial?" I'll have to look into it. We get to see your mustache. That is, like, the biggest benefit, I think, you know, from my standpoint for the cam thing is, yes, just being able to, like, show off my mustache in, like, hats and outfits and shit. Or, like, it would give me, like, a reason to wear one of the 9 or so Mario hats that I have. Because when the fuck else am I gonna do that? Make your VTuber avatar just a mustache with a hat floating in a void. That would probably be so easy to rig. I could put a fucking PNG of that on the screen and just, or like a GIF of that just kind of like floating around, and it wouldn't fucking make any difference. Here we go. That's why I needed him. For this. Or make your avatar Gnar. You would be very hard to, that fucking nose would not work well in a 3D space. Oh my god, 9 Mario hats. That may not be an accurate assessment. I'm trying to count in my head how many fucking Mario hats I have. Depends. See, now we're getting into, like, do you count ones that are just, like, baseball caps, but still, like, red with the emblem? The Simon segments are not too bad right now. I think I just saved, but why not save on the overworld? Hey, chat, do you want to do... We got like a split path here. It doesn't really matter. But do you want to do the water world, or do you want to do the mechanical world? Technically, I think the water world is supposed to be World 3 and the mechanical world is World 4, but it doesn't make a difference. "2D Live isn't actually 3D, it's just a bunch of layers that move around with motion capture and mouth movement." Yeah, I'm just figuring, like, Gnar, the way he is designed, I don't know how I can configure that in any conceivable way. Gnar from the front? That's an abomination. Alright, let's do the mechanical world. The second to last level in it has my favorite song in the game. Second to last level in this world, or second to last level in the entire game? Is it... Or is this the song you're talking about? Gnar from the front looks like Phineas from the front. Yeah. Could use that as reference, I guess. VR chat Gnar. I don't even know if everyone watching this even knows what we're talking about. But that's fine. I think this might be my favorite song in the game. It's got a fucking stanky guitar in it. SNES could do guitar surprisingly well. Electric guitar, I should say. Like the Mega Man X games? Forget it. The mountain levels have a good guitar as well. I don't know, there's like somebody on YouTube who was doing like HD versions, or not like HD, but restored versions of music from Donkey Kong Country 2. I don't know if they're doing the other two games as well. But basically, you know, taking, like, the samples that they used for the music in these games, but uncompressed. And they sound really cool. And maybe they weren't meant to sound that way, but... I forgot the name of the level. It's the one with the fog that makes you moon gravity. Oh, okay, yeah, the pipe theme. I like that one, yeah. It's like a good, Ah, shit. It's like a good... I don't want to say ambient, but... It's very, like, chill. And I like the atmosphere of those levels. There's only two, but... Christmas is saved. Oh, there's Mitri. He made it. And it only took him 2 worlds to get here. GeoWeasel VR chat avatars would be interesting, I think. I have no idea how to do 3D in any capacity. But I could probably, like, find somebody and, you know, commission them who would be willing to take a crack at that sort of thing. I would be interested, you know, just out of curiosity. That level makes me hungry for cheese balls. Oh god. I somehow never looked at them that way. And that's exactly what they look like. They're textured for that purpose exactly. I had to brush my teeth for an exceptionally long time. I'd say that's better than not doing it at all. I'd rather spend too much time brushing my teeth than not enough. Sorry, I'm just in full concentration mode. Low poly N64 NAR. I would, you know, if I ever did try to do 3D stuff, I would love to do like PS1 or N64 low poly type stuff. Ah, shit. Right at the end. And I'm really glad that's making like a comeback. Or it's like, you know, cool. And occasionally you see artists who do that. I think there's probably artists who exclusively just do like low poly N64 style renders. Because there are people who want to see it. Did you abandon a rap battle to brush your teeth? You were in a rap battle? With whomst? Skip the bonus. Nailed it. I am very surprised I did not crash at the end there. And got that G somehow. Parappa? Is there a Parappa teeth brushing song? I don't remember it. Or is it Parappa 2? Maybe that's why I didn't catch the reference. I'm sorry. I really wish Parappa wasn't a Sony exclusive thing. Because I do really like that, but I have like no way to play them. I have the original like on my PSP, but brush, brush, brush the egg into the bowl. I really want to play Lammy, though. More so than Parappa 2. And I think Lammy was on the PSP, but it was like a download thing, so I don't think I would be able to, like, get that anymore. It was, like, digital only. These cheeky bastards put a real keg there, and it's not a background element like the other ones. I definitely remember playing this one as a kid, this level right here with the saw. Like on one of my rentals. Definitely stuck out for obvious reasons. And again, kind of creepy, or like just very anxiety-inducing. This level gave me anxiety as a kid. Well, there you go. I couldn't really look at the chat much on that level. The only Sony games I've played were Parappa. Yeah, they're not the only ones I've played, but I literally own 3 Sony games for my PSP. And 2 of them are remakes of Nintendo Mega Man games, so... This level reminds me of the log flume from Rocco's Modern Life. I don't know if I remember that. Like, I remember that there was a log flume. Or, like, they went to, like, an amusement park in the show. They forgot to take this DK barrel out, by the way. Or they left it, I don't know, on purpose for some reason, but... I don't know why it's there on this mode. I think the only other ones that are available are, like, ones where it's... you know, necessary to have both Kongs, where you'd be, like, soft lock. Or they're in, like, bonus areas where you need both Kongs to play. I'm surprised you don't remember that. I really don't. I can't remember a whole lot of Rocco, like, on my own. But usually, like, when something gets brought up, I'm like, oh yeah, like, it brings back all the memories. But that I really don't remember. I assume it was like a giant fucking log, or a giant saw that cut the log in half. I love to platform in a platform game. That's exactly what it was, like a buzzsaw. It seems like a very Rocco thing. I just wish I fucking remembered it. It's one of my most vivid childhood TV memories. I remember going on, like, a couple log flumes. And, like, I remember, like, whatever, like, the last one I had ever actually gone on. Because I don't really like amusement park rides. I don't have, like, the stomach for it. And I remember, like, whatever the last log flume I went on, I thought, like, it was fine. Because, like, I've been on these in the past and it wasn't that bad. You know, it's just, like, a drop. And it's, like, water and it's cool. Shit, I don't know if I can get this. Nope. Yeah, whatever the last one I went on was just, like, the drop was too much for me. And I was like, nope, not doing it again. Never again. I'm done. May have honestly been one of the last amusement park rides I ever went on, like, period. I think the last, like, roller coaster I went on was, like, my 8th grade class trip to Six Flags. And I don't know why I even went, because I had, like, no intention of going on any rides, because I don't want to. And there was, like, a roller coaster that went through... It was, like, part indoors. Like, it went through, like, a skull mountain or something. And it was just, like, pitch black inside. At which, that part doesn't bother me. It's really just the motion. And my group kind of, like, coaxed me into, like, come on, you know, just go, just do it. And I went on, and it wasn't, like, as bad as I thought, but I was still, like, I did not like that experience, and I don't need to have it ever again. I'm good. I remember being scared of them because of Rocco. What, did you think you were gonna get cut in half? Yeah, dude, I was like 4. Okay, fair enough. Why did they make this amusement park ride that just kills you? That's not fun, it just cuts you. I like water parks. I can do, like, the slides and stuff fine, but, like, when it comes to roller coasters and shit, forget it. It's too intense, and I don't understand, like, how so many people love roller coasters and rides and stuff where you just get whipped around. I mean, I assume it's like a thrill thing, or like an adrenaline thing, but I'm good. Like, if they have to take that many safety precautions, like, I don't want any part of it. Like, we have to legally inform you that you might die. Anyway, here's a metal bar in front of your waist. Have fun. Have fun getting your brain scrambled for 3 minutes. It definitely is a thrill thing. I'm a big fan. If I die, at least I go out in a dope way, getting yeeted into the sky. I hate that one ride that places have, where it's literally just a slingshot, a vertical slingshot. I don't even like watching that. Like the one they have at Wildwood. Like you can see it from the other side of the boardwalk because it goes up so fucking high. And so it's just like on the skyline the entire time you're walking the boardwalk, and you're like, is this going to be the one that just breaks? Am I about to witness a death? But on the other hand, it lights up really pretty, so there's that. It's got like all those LEDs. I don't get a thrill from driving my car. That's because you're not doing it at like 200 miles an hour up up and down, like, steep slopes and loop-de-loops. I don't think you're supposed to get a thrill from driving your car. I think it's literally supposed to take you from point A to point B. The bungee ball launcher, no thanks if one of those bands break. Yeah, I don't want, like, my entire life to be, you know, oh, shit. I thought I had another hit. I don't want my entire existence to be dependent on, like, a couple of straps of rubber. And it has me, like, we just saw the, there was, like, that little Nintendo Direct for their theme park the other day. God damn it. Might as well just take a loss. There was the Nintendo Direct for their theme park. And they didn't really show any rides, and I don't know how many there even are going to be. Aside from, like, the Mario Kart ride. But it got me thinking, like, are the American and Japanese versions of the park going to be drastically different? Like, is the Japanese park going to be more, like, experience-based? And then you have, like, the American park, and it's just thrill rides. Because that's what sells in America. And I was just thinking, like, how much of this would I be able to enjoy? Like, I don't care. Like, if they can brand the roller coaster as Mario, I'm not getting on it. Rainbow Ride roller coaster. They just set you on a fucking carpet. No seatbelts, no, like, guardrails or anything. They just fucking lift you up into the sky. I have, like, a weird memory of, like, some ride that wasn't even at, like, an amusement park or anything. And it was just, like, a little kiddie ride. Like, I was probably, like, 3. But it was just probably, like, a little kiddie ride. And, like, you ride, like, an animal, but in, like, a circle. Almost like a merry-go-round, but, like, faster, and it would go up and down in the air, too. And I remember, like, going on it and, like, not knowing what I was in for, and all of a sudden, like, it started rising. And I started, like, freaking out. Don't like that. Don't like heights. I'm scared of most things. So I'm definitely very lame to go to a theme park with. But like I said, I would definitely do water parks are more my speed.
In fact, like, this kind of reminds me of, like, the slides you would go down at, like, water parks. Those giant, twisty-turny ones. I've seen some really cool ones. I don't know if they have them anywhere here in the United States, but I'm pretty sure, like, whatever I saw was in, like, India or something. But it was a water slide, like an enclosed one. But it had, like, LED lights all throughout it. And it was, like, really trippy and cool. I would love to do something like that. Just look at pretty lights. What janky-ass water parks were you going to? You don't know the fucking, like, not, like, metal ducting, but, you know, they kind of look like that, you know, it's like the tubing. My favorite ride when I was, like, 6 or 7 was this mini dragon coaster. I do like, the, like, baby versions of rides where they, like, call it a roller coaster, but it's not really a roller coaster. A stroller coaster, exactly. You know, that works on 2 levels, actually, because I don't know if you meant stroll as in, like, it goes slowly at, like, a mild pace, or if you literally meant, like, a baby stroller on a track. Either of which works for the joke. This is the boss you're supposed to think is, like, the main villain, by the way. Except, spoiler alert, it's still K. Rool. I like the tape deck on his chest. It's not even really, it's like a film reel, almost. Throw in some Cheap Trick. Huh, not on Twitch. Not anymore. That's not a tape deck at all. I couldn't think of, like, what to call it, but yeah, like the reel. The spinny doohickeys. Yabab. That's what I just spelled. Ya baby. Again, like, needlessly creepy music. And honestly, some creepy fucking fish in this game. That's not good. Not this early. Yeah, that guy looks like he's gonna fuck you up if you were in, like, a river with that thing.
My dad, bless his heart, spent money and tickets to let me ride this dragon roller coaster, stroller coaster
For at least an hour. Oh man, I definitely... That almost reminded me of something, but I can't quite place the memory. But something similar of, like, you know, being at a place like that with, you know, your parents when you're a little kid, and you just want to keep riding, like, the same thing. Oh, I know what it was, actually. Disney World. Out of, like, all the shit there, I wanted to go on the fucking It's a Small World ride over and over. And I think we went on it like 3 times. Mitri, you were like a fucking baby, so I don't know if you would remember any of that. Not a baby, but I was like 3 or 4 when we were there, so...
I have absolutely no recollection of Disney.
I was 3. Okay, there you go then. I barely remember it. I remember that, and I remember the haunted house, because it was kind of freaky. And you freaked out, actually, I think. Damn it.
If it weren't for photos, I never would have known we went. It was like a small oval track with a couple of small humps. The Dragon Roller Coaster. That's pretty much exactly what I was
picturing. I feel like, for some reason, probably a lot of, like, despite many of us growing up in completely different parts of the world, or at least in different parts of the country, we have, like, really similar experiences. Because, like, if you've been to, like, one of these amusement parks or one of these carnivals, you've basically been to the rest of them. Oh, man. Speaking of which, though, I like the... You know the levels in Donkey Kong Country 2? With the roller coaster? With, like, the night background with the carnival? That always reminds me of, like, this one... I'm not even completely sure it's a real memory, or, like, maybe it was a dream I had, but I swear I remember going to, like, a carnival sort of thing at night one time that looked so much like that game that it always reminds me of it. We used to have, like, a lot of, like, those pop-up carnivals, and, like, one time I went, and I had, like, a Pikachu. Like, Pokemon was, like, brand new, almost, and, like, I had gotten this KFC toy of, like, a Pikachu coin purse thing, like, keychain, and I went to the carnival with my friend, and I had to bring the Pikachu keychain because it was, like, the coolest fucking thing. And I lost it on one of the rides, and I was, like, devastated. And, like, I didn't realize till, like, way later, and had no idea where it would have been. And also, I won, like, a little alien plushie. It was, like, the only thing I ever won at a carnival. Not even, like, just an alien head plushie. Like a pillow of an alien head. It was, like, as big as my hand. It was purple. The end.
Okay, I have one memory, and it was the stretching room from the haunted house, and that's what freaked me out, because trauma is greater than good memories.
You will you will always end up remembering the trauma and not, like, all the good shit. Like, 90%, 98% of that Disney trip was, like, happy fun time. And it's like, you remember the one thing that fucking scarred you for life.
It was fucking freaky.
Oh, I thought there was a secret there. The sign almost yeeted you into the... I like the recurring word of the day being yeet. I do really enjoy that word. It took me a long time to finally, like, figure out what the fuck that word meant. Like, everybody kept... There was a period of time, maybe like a year ago, where everybody just kept saying yeet. And I couldn't figure it out just through context. And every once in a while, Grandpa Nico has to fucking go on Urban Dictionary and see what the kids are talking about. Oh, I looked away. How many deaths have I had? Was it just the 2? Doesn't matter, I'm just out of curiosity. Because I feel like I've actually been doing kind of good. And so I've just, you know, effectively jinxed myself, I think. But we'll see. It's definitely going to be, assuming this is a 2-stream thing, it's definitely going to be the second stream that's bad. Because there are some gnarly levels towards the end of this game. And I'm already almost at 50 coins. Which you only need the first 5 and then another 50. Excuse me. This is definitely my favorite bird based in definitely real life, for real existence. The famous parallel bird. Now you're doing this in one go? Maybe. I'm just thinking, like, I didn't do DKC 2 in one go. And this game usually takes me even longer than that. Now. Nice. did it, lads. Is there like a nice emote? I need to look through like Better Twitch TV and maybe replace one of the emotes with something that's like we can use anytime the number 69 is on screen. Because this is a very mature stream. Oh, I ruined it. I still want to make, like, some of my own emotes. I just haven't gotten around to it, and I haven't been streaming that much. Also, you know what, it's gonna be too late again. I was gonna say, my brother pointed this out earlier. Those presents look like the Swedish flag. And by the time I had read the original chat message, it was much too late. I'd seen everything. And I was like, oh, I need to remember to acknowledge that the next time it comes up. And it has probably come up like a half dozen times since then. But once you see that, you can't unsee it. I used to have Brosidon's nice egg emote, but my gift sub ran out. I don't have any sub emote things. I'm still waiting for like the one day that I happen to be in like Vinny's chat and somebody's just gifting subs. And then maybe I'll have one for like a month. Not even Vinny, no. I'm not in the chat, like, enough to warrant paying for a sub, I feel like. So I don't get anything cool next to my name when I actually talk, but I'll live with that. Meanwhile, I'm like Little Miss Vinesauce Sapphire account. How long is that then? Like, how many consecutive... 3 years. Wow. I mean, I've been watching him since, like, 2012. Albeit, you know, not on Twitch or, like, active in the chat and all that, but... mean, like, I didn't even bother, like, starting to chat on his streams until, like, within the past year or so. And even now, it's still, like, rare. Like, it seems like a fruitless effort when there's, like, thousands of people there anyway, so... It's kind of a cesspool, but sometimes you get through. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be anything with that many people. And I'm honestly, most of the time, at least like on weekdays, I'm not, excuse me. My brain melted a little bit there. I'm never not surprised at how chill his chat is for the most part. And I can... Like, it moves quickly, but I can usually pick out a message or two. And nobody is, like, extremely terrible in it, usually. But Sundays are a different beast, of course. Which is today. Correct? I think. My sense of time has been, like, so fucking warped. This is a unique level. You have to keep feeding the fish clownfish, or else he'll get mad and bite you. So, say what you will... Oh yeah, and you can't eat, like, the urchins. Or he gets upset. But yeah, say what you will about this game. It definitely had a lot of good creative ideas for some of these levels. Like, there's one you're going to be seeing a little later on, where there's just, like, a target that is, like, aiming at you and shooting throughout the entire level, and one of the bonus rooms within that level, you take control of the crosshair. And honestly, these clownfish are freaking me out, so I'm kind of glad he's eating them anyway. As well as adding to the burp quota for this game. Although he's a little finicky on, like, trying to get him eat the right thing. But usually he just hangs out behind you. Not gonna bother with that. Fuck. And I think I need both Kongs at the very end of this level for the DK coin, so I really don't want to get bit. Could you... Thank you.
Angie fish.
Yeah, this is... Wow, I actually did it. First try. I'm happy about that. Well, if Kitty could fucking throw her over there, that would be nice. Angie anglerfish. This fucker. Not a fan. I don't like anything about this battle. I don't like his lips. I don't like his eyes. I don't like squirting in his eyes. I don't like him squirting me. They made this one way harder in the Game Boy Advance version, too. It's, like, way more aggressive and there's, like, more phases. This is pretty tame, actually. Yeah, that wasn't bad. Hey, dude, you found 2 skis, brah. These skis let you go up fucking waterfalls. I don't know what fucking voice that was. I remember that lasting longer, and I didn't have the GBA version. I did not pay attention to that at all. I probably should have stopped or waited to read chat.
Wahey is a good word, but I've only ever seen it in rare games. Yeah, I think a lot of people have, like, gripes with this whole, like, inventory trading quest sort of thing. And it does kind of feel, like, shoehorned in here, but
I don't really mind. The game is still, like, mostly about just playing the levels. And pretty much, like, the only thing that any of those inventory items are for is just, you know, to get banana birds for completion. So you really don't have to do, like, any of it at all to play the game. This song is also good. Yeah, this is the one I was thinking about earlier. Fuck. I want a Dixie. The SNES sound chip was so fucking good. And, like, it has its limitations, obviously, but, like, that's kind of why it's good. Because it's like, if you could just have, like, real recorded music, then it probably wouldn't have left the same impression. But it's, like, a good combination of, like, you know, digital and, you know, sampling real instruments, but they're not quite authentic sounding. And the Donkey Kong games definitely took that to another level. I'm gonna miss this barrel. Yep. You're supposed to shoot, you know, like, diagonally down at the start there for a bonus. But I always hit it just a little too late. At least it's, like, right in the beginning, so you can just kind of pop in and get it and pop out. Sorry for the silence. I'm once again... Thankfully, there's only 2 of these, like, not minecart, but driving thing levels. Oh yeah, there's another one of the DK barrels that don't get removed because you need both Kongs for that bonus. I keep seeing KON and thinking about the Chainsaw Man manga I read recently. It's making me think of Satoshi Kon. Although, speaking of manga, I just got that Mario collection of like the Super Mario Kun. Did I miss a barrel? I think I might have. Bonus barrel, I mean. I'll just come back for it. Yeah, I got that, and like I had forgotten that it was even coming out. Because I pre-ordered it like at the beginning of this year. And then all of a sudden, like, other people on Twitter were getting their copies. I was like, oh right, that is a thing that's happening. It's very cute. And I don't know why it has taken, like, this long for it to come to the US in any form. Any official form. Because I feel like there was, like, such a popularity, or, like, a surge in popularity of manga in like the mid 2000s, and I'm kind of like, why didn't they just capitalize on it then? Now, there's a large number of issues that even then they would have had a lot to translate. But I don't know why they didn't just do, like, a collection like this in the past at any point. But hopefully there will be more, because it is cute, and there's, like, this, you know, whole, you know, world of Mario content that we just never got. And I've never really seen that much of it. I own an issue. I own, like, issue number 3 of the original manga, which is, of course, all in Japanese, so, you know, I've never read it. I've just, like, looked through it, and it's fine to, like, look through it. The art is really fun, but I would definitely be more inclined to have gotten more of it if I read Japanese. But, like, the last chapter included on this little collection was, like, I don't want to say dark, but, like, it even had a warning in it, and it was like, you know, this material may be sensitive to some kids. And it was like the author's dad like died of cancer at some point during the publication. I'm not sure on the timing. Like, you know, this wasn't like a recent one. This was maybe like 5 to 10 years ago. I don't remember. But yeah, the guy's dad unfortunately passed away. And like he was struggling to, you know, keep doing the comic. And so it was like kind of dark, but like it had a good like happy message at the end of like, oh, you know, drawing this comic and like making the jokes and all is like what keeps me going in times like these. And so it was like really sad, but also like, you know, it was bittersweet. And I think it was interesting that they let him draw something like that for Mario in the first place, and B, that they included it in the collection. But the collection was, you know, curated by the author, which I think is nice. It wasn't just like a random selection of like what might be popular or like what would necessarily sit the best. It was basically the author picking his own greatest hits in a sense, so that's kind of cool. It's not very long. It's not that it's not that big of a book. But I'm glad we have it in some capacity here, officially. Especially in a time where I feel like they're being stricter and stricter with how Mario is handled. And how all of their IPs are, honestly. And so it's almost surprising that they allow this manga to be a thing. And like part of me wonders if that's just because it's been running for so long that it's like, well, we can't, you know, just have the guy stop because he's not depicting our games exactly as we want him to, but fun fact time. Again, the GBA version. There's like a laugh that's heard every time this thing shoots at you. And it reuses the laugh of the Baron from GoldenEye in the Egyptian temple level. So you're just hearing that, like, ghoulish laugh, like, every 5 to 10 seconds. Which, I don't know if that is also a stock thing, now that I think of it. Fuck. I think that is the first time we've had more than one death on the same level. Oh, I definitely do remember watching somebody run this at, like, GDQ, because they called this, like... this stuff in, like, these lava vats, they called it, like, strawberry... something. And I've thought of that, like, every time since. Because it is a rather tasty looking shade of pink. I definitely prefer this level to Webwoods from the previous game. Which was another long Squitter-centric level. And the worst part of that, about that level, is the DK coin at the very end that you have to time just right on the target. It appears for like a fraction of a second. So if you don't get it, you complete the level without it and have to do it all over again. No chat since I was gone? No. It's chilling here tonight. Oh, shit. This one's gonna be fun for the bitrate at times. Oh, Jackie has returned. Welcome back. And I got chicken. And Sam has barbacoa. God damn it, I already ate, so... But, like, I can do food chat anytime. Baby scream count is 1, but Sean said... I think it is 2. Because I did take that one death in the pipe level. Where I was just fucking up and I was like, alright, forget it. I'm pretty sure I was Kitty at the end there. I don't know what the total death count is.
Should still be dieting, but I'm in a fuck it mood at the moment.
That's fucking fair. I mean, I should be too, because I definitely have, like, stopped trying
to eat as well as I was.
With, you know, quarantine and all. And I just haven't been thinking about it. And every once in a while it kind of, like, pops into my mind, and I'm like, oh, right. I shouldn't be eating this much. Or shouldn't be eating, like, this much garbage. I had I ordered a cheesesteak yesterday from a local, you know, pizza place, and it, like, incapacitated me for the rest of the day. This fucker, again, with the underlying needlessly creepiness of this game. That laugh is just, like, so unsettling. Especially on the final hit, you'll see. There we go.
Only rare. Sean's mom went to her mom's yesterday and came home with like 8 dozen tortillas, no hyperbole. Holy shit.
That's gonna lead to a lot of food.
Usually when I diet, I just mean only eat garbage a few times a week, but lately...
No, that's exactly what it is for me. Like, when I actually tell myself, like, oh, I have to, you know, be good. Like, that's, like, the farthest I can get. Because I just love food too much. And I love garbage food too much. So it's just like, well, I have to just try and not eat it as much.
And like for a while, like last year, I was trying not to do
Soda more than one a week, if at all.
And I kind of stuck to it, and then again, like quarantine just kind of like fucked everything up. And not that I've been having a lot of soda, but
I've kind of like replaced it with coffee, and it's not
exactly better.
But I think it has at least... I don't know if, like... You know, how I take my coffee specifically is actually, like, any better than drinking a can or a bottle of soda. but I definitely don't crave the soda as much as I used to, at least. But, like, the thing with soda is, like, it comes with, like, you know, anytime, like, you order from a place, it comes with soda. And it's like, well, I might as well just take it because it's easy. Let's mix things up and do, like, a little Lost World, maybe, before I call it a night. I'm still not sure where I want to stop. Cut caffeine out of my diet, but the other day my roomie was like, I don't want this Baja Blast DU, and I said okay because I can never say no to free stuff. Then I couldn't sleep for like 3 days. I've never had a Baja Blast specifically. You know what though? Caffeine does not affect me in that way. I can drink like 2 cups of coffee and pass out immediately after. Like, if anything, it makes me more tired than more energetic. And I was just like recently reading something where like people, there was like an ADHD thread going around on Twitter, as there have been a lot of lately. And somebody was saying how they used to like rely on caffeine. Like, they used to have a cup of coffee or they wouldn't be able to like focus on anything. And I was like, man, I kind of wish I did have that, because oh shit. Hit the wrong button. I feel like I need that, but I don't reap that benefit from the caffeine. I don't reap any benefits from the caffeine. Caffeine basically doesn't affect me in the helpful ways, only the annoying ones. Yeah, I don't... At least I don't get the annoying ones, I guess. But I wish I did get the helpful ones. And so, like, there's always, like, the trope of, like, people needing, like, a cup of coffee in the morning to, like, wake themselves up. And I never fully understood that. And I'm like, I just drink coffee because I like coffee. It does nothing for me in any other way. It's literally just, this is neat. And 2020 has been the year where I've like gotten really into coffee for some reason. Because prior to quarantine and like the pandemic and everything, I would just like grab a coffee, you know, if I was out at like, you know, the convenience store or restaurant or something, or like if you pass a Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or whatever, I would just like, it would just be an occasion thing, because nobody in my family like ever drank coffee, so I never had, I never had like the access to, you know, we never had coffee at home. And, but I dug up this old coffee maker that we've had since, like, the 90s. Just sitting around. And I started using it, and now I just make it, you know, every morning. It's just part of my routine. It gives me something to do. And for a while, I was, like, actually, like, looking forward to it. Like, it wasn't even that the coffee, like, did anything for me, but it was, like, the act of, like, having something to do first thing in the morning and, like, look forward to. And it's like, oh, this is, like, a little thing that I get a slight amount of enjoyment out of. But like most things, that has now kind of fallen into the norm, and it doesn't really matter as much. Yeah, people who need it in the morning seems like a cartoon thing, honestly. Yeah, like, that's the only reason I knew, like, that trope. Was just because of, like, cartoons and TV shows, and, like, you gotta portray the working adult. You know, the 9-to-5 office man as, you know, being groggy first thing in the morning and, clamoring for that cup of joe. I don't remember, like, when I finally did start drinking coffee. Like, with any, like, regular sense. Sometime after high school, I guess. And it kind of felt like, because no one in my family drank it, it almost felt like a, not like a taboo thing. You know, not like forbidden or something, but like, just like a foreign thing, like a thing that I was like unfamiliar with. And when I was like the one to like venture out and try it, it felt like, you know, like a rite of passage into adulthood. First try? Yeah, almost. Fuck. Oh, I don't want to do this one with only Kitty. I might have to come back. Although it is very nice when they spawn in the exact place that you are. So that's actually pretty decent RNG. '90s coffee, yeah. It was literally like I had gotten it because my grandparents were visiting. And they drank coffee, and it was like, well, they, you know, they like to have their coffee in the morning, and we, you know, didn't have any of that stuff because nobody drank it. And so, you know, 20 plus years later, it got passed down to me. And I finally gave it some good use. Even though we now exist in the world of, like, K-cups and that shit. It is, like, incredibly obsolete, but it works fine, so... Cog. These fucking bootleg Tiggers from Winnie the Pooh. That has to be a reference to that, right? He's orange and he bounces on his tail. Seems like Kitty was better suited for that anyway. I like just having... Ah, shit. I like usually having Dixie's twirl in that. But yeah, he seemed to work fine. I think my dad would be proud of me for getting into coffee finally. When did you... the heck? When did you start drinking it, like, regularly? Or, like, at all, I guess. It is weird that it seems like this kind of, like, almost forbidden thing. where it's like only certain people drink coffee, and it's like, it's just bean water.
In the last 6 months or year.
Oh, so relatively recently. Do you like a certain like brand or like flavor? He got knocked off the screen, so there was no screen. Yeah. This whole stream has been light on baby screams. For better or worse.
I just hated the taste, but I found a French vanilla I like, and I use creamer. Should probably use sugar too. I know my dad took his with sugar, at least.
That's how I... Well, yeah. If we're talking about flavors... Oh, I didn't even move. How did it hit me? Yeah, in terms of flavors, French vanilla is like my go-to. That or hazelnut. But definitely... I'm a big fan of vanilla anything. I don't really do cream or creamers or anything like that, though. I just do sugar.
Because for a while,
I was drinking coffee, and like it would, you know, without fail, I would get a stomachache every time. And it was the question of like, is it, you know, just that it's coffee, or is it the cream? Which I'm not like lactose intolerant, but I guess it was enough to consistently upset my stomach. Because once I stopped using cream, I didn't have a problem anymore. And, I found out, you know, I didn't really need the cream anyway, like, you know, for me to enjoy the taste. I kind of like it more on the bitter side. But I don't drink it black. There's been, like, one time... I went to, like, a wedding last year, and at the reception, you know, they had, like, coffee after dinner, and I tried it without putting anything in it, just to see, and it ended up being really good, and so I just drank it as it was. But I wish I knew, like, what coffee that was. But yeah, under normal circumstances, I usually add, like, 2 small teaspoons of sugar. Like, not, like, heaping, but, you know. I just kind of eyeball a level teaspoon. Oh, God, I didn't even need to be over here. Wait, where was the... I missed a bonus. Shit.
I've always loved the smell of coffee, though.
Yeah, that's, like... Because I remember, like, being in, like, diners or around my grandparents or other relatives who drank coffee, and I loved the smell. And then, like, you actually try it, and you're like, oh, it doesn't taste anything like that. And then, like, I would eat, like, coffee ice cream, which I love. But coffee ice cream is definitely more, like, mocha. But yeah, like, growing up, like, I would eat that and think, like, oh, I like this. I would probably like coffee, but it's not quite the same. There's like so many like coffee adjacent things that people would like or like the smell of, but then not like coffee itself. Oh, the barrel is over here. Every level in the game has 2 bonus rooms and a DK coin, except in the Lost World, where 3 of them have 3 bonus levels, but the one I just played has 2. And then the very last level has no bonus rooms. I don't know why I stopped there. I could have just kept going. Stronk baby. I forget, is Chunky from Donkey Kong 64... is that Kitty's, like, brother, or... I know they're related somehow, but I always forget. Like, he's Dixie's cousin. I think he's Chunky's brother. And I think Tiny is Dixie's sister. Any reason you're doing Lost World right now? Not really. I just wanted to, this might be like the last level I do tonight. I didn't want to start the next world, and I was just like, why not play a couple of the levels in here? Because I usually do save the entirety of the Lost World for last. Chunky Kong is the older brother of Kitty Kong, making him also a cousin to Dixie and her sister Tiny. Well, there you go. That summed it up way nicer than I was trying to figure out the family tree going on. Shit. They don't even get started on, like, is Cranky Donkey Kong's father or grandfather, because there's inconsistencies there. And I swear I remember, like, at one point, Diddy was Donkey Kong's nephew. But now it's just his friend or something. I was hoping that would just appear on me. Now, I did miss a bonus there. Alright, let's start over. Because that's not going to help. I realized I haven't taken a drink this entire time. Because I forgot my water bottle. And I can feel my throat getting, like, raspy from talking so much. Oh, shit. Is this what I missed? Yes. Ooh. All right. I think we have, like, everything up to this point. 69%. Nice. That's a good spot to leave it, I think. I'm just gonna check the other areas that they're all, you know. Yeah, they're all complete flags, so. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I will make a save state here. Not that I really need to, but yeah, I like to be able to, like, pick up at the same spot. Plus, I'll keep all my lives. But yeah, I'm gonna stop here for now. And return to this hopefully in like a couple days. I would like to do it again before Christmas. Plus the merry music will still be relevant. So, good night, Nico. I'm gonna lie down for a bit. Well, I'm heading off too, so thank you for stopping by. Have a good night as well. I appreciate it. Thank everyone for stopping by and chatting. I always enjoy seeing who pops in. I do appreciate it. So, yeah.
check back maybe in a couple days. We'll have the remainder of this. There's only a couple worlds left. And then maybe back to Mario Sunshine needs finishing, needs closure on that. So, you know what? I was gonna... Is anyone else on right now? I don't know if I wanted to, like, do a raid or anything. Oh yeah, Kevin's on. Oh, Kevin's doing Hades. Okay. Yeah, let's do a raid, because I always forget to, like, look. And, I'll switch off of that. Yeah, I always forget to look and, like, do the raid thing. Not that there's, like, that many people here, but yeah, if you want to check out my friend Kevin doing Hades. How does Grandpa Nico do a raid? Is it just /raid? And then the username? Oh, yeah. Thank you, Sam. Okay, let's stick around if you want. Invalid username. Is that not... Oh, it's Virtua. There we go. Okay. See you guys next time. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good night. Take care.